Right, you lot, and welcome to another Milk series. Now, if you didn't see the last video, which no one's watched it yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't, I've been doing a three-part reaction to a podcast that I was on in 2021 where I just ramble about my YouTube career to some guy who really couldn't care less and really should have higher brow guests and whatever I was saying. Like, it was a bit of a train at the first part, but the first half of the podcast apparently was meant to be about like bloody YouTube and stuff. And then the second half was meant to be more about like struggles. So maybe this part two is going to be a bit more serious, or maybe a bit more embarrassing for me 'cause I'm talking about stuff that like maybe a bit more deep. And I'm interested to see what I see because I ain't watched this since it came out. You know what I mean? I don't really remember what happened here. I know vaguely what we talked about, but not really the details. Yeah. I'm probably gonna cringe a lot of this, so this is gonna be quite exciting. We got to 21:40. We've got 41 minutes left, so we'll probably watch another 21 minutes and then do the last 20 minutes in part three. I'm really milking this into three videos. Right. I will start it now.
And I do think like, wow, these people are my friends and stuff. I know I probably was being annoying that day, so and
Yeah,
it's like it's kind of fair. They do have fair points, and I kind of understand what they're saying a lot of times. But I'm very fortunate in the place that I'm in because I'm very kind of respected in my school. Like,
God. Respected. I wasn't respected. I was like a Marmite character, I think. I think I had a lot of enemies, but I also had like a lot of friends as well. Like, I feel like you either got it or you didn't with me. I was very down the middle, I think. Definitely wasn't respected though. I don't know where that's coming from.
a lot of the people there. There's certain people who are like not very liked, and I'm quite lucky that I'm in a good place there because school can be horrible for a lot of people.
yeah. I'm glad you're
So
like having a good time with school and whatnot.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it could always be better. There's, the teachers will occasionally do stuff that is a bit like I don't agree with, but
Yeah, that makes it hard.
yeah. Like one time, I got in trouble for talking during the Lion King.
I'm still not over it.
I got detention for talking during the Lion King. That was my biggest crime in life.
Oh gosh. How horrible.
Yeah,
Talking during the
yeah. How dare I? And it was an awful like live action one as well. And I'm like, I'm just making fun of the movie because it's abysmal. Like, why aren't you putting on the classic one? And it's like when I got in massive trouble for it, so it was just like.
ouch. Like, yeah.
And the worst part is that sometimes there's this woman in the school office who will like find our content and will like flag it up. But hopefully they don't find this because I've said a few things. If they do, you
D-
know, I can see what I like. I ain't got any lawyers.
It's on like one of those Twitter free speech advocates. I can say what I like. Thanks, don't care how you feel.
I've not signed any contracts.
yeah. So she just goes
And
around flagging your content?
yeah, and it's annoying because like it's a bit weird, like these 30-year-old women watching like these young boys just making videos about clouds and stuff. It's like it's a bit weird. I get their concerns that they see some of the content and might think is brilliant, but it's like so I did that first video on Nikili, which was one of my classics, and then I made an apology because I was like some people, teachers and other people, like you're bullying. This is not on, and Nikili's mother wasn't entirely happy with it, so I made an apology video. And then apparently I was playing the victim card in that video. That was what the woman flagged up for, playing the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like I wasn't playing the victim. I was explaining myself. I was apologizing.
And that got flagged.
But
Do they ever
yeah,
get
but I
taken
just
down from being flagged?
no surprise. No, I did take one video down once. And I'm like, they're not in control of me. They can do what they want to me in the building, but as soon as I leave school, they have no control of my online content, and I just ignore it now. Like I'll make jokes and like swear and stuff, and I just
Oh, what a rebel.
don't care anymore because it's like it shouldn't be up to them what they kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
your stuff.
rambling on about this, but I just have to get it out.
No, totally. I get that.
Yeah.
Um,
So Do you have like any other questions about specific videos?
Uh, Out of specific videos, I don't think I have a whole lot of other questions. Would you be interested to now talk about just kind of what you struggle with, I guess, going along with the theme of my
Yeah,
podcast, I guess?
yeah, we can go on. Yeah,
And so it begins.
I've kind of gone on about YouTube. So where do you kind of want me to start?
Uh, let's just start. What was the most interesting thing that just happened today?
The most interesting thing, probably this podcast. To be honest, I've done blooming nothing today.
You are not selling yourself, mate. Like honestly, this whole experience, like people who are fans of Linguini, I don't know if he got many listeners. I don't think he did, but if he did, right, anyone who's watched Linguini, he's probably had like good guests on. Like he's probably had people that have like some kind of respectability on, and then you get me on, and they're like, "Oh, I do bloody nothing. I'm not excited." Like, what's that about?
Which is probably going into one of my struggles
Yeah.
and kind of like wasting days and not doing like meaningful stuff.
Do you feel like,
Like I feel like because I'm on summer break, but I feel like I waste so many days just like on the internet, and I'll sit down like YouTube or like Reddit or like Instagram or something. I'm just like 4 hours have gone, and what have I achieved? Absolutely nothing. Like,
hmm
and
so to you, does it feel like you're kind of putting your value on what you get done?
yeah, like I like to have like a checklist of the week. Like this is what I want to do this week. These are the videos I want to make. These are the things I want to do. These are kind of like stuff I want to sort out. And if I don't achieve at least one of them a day, the day's bad in my opinion, and I've wasted it. Which
Yeah, you know what? This kind of rings true as well, and I think it's a big thing because I do get very in my head a lot. You know what I mean? When I'm not doing stuff and I'm not motivated. I think that's the thing with a lot of people. I think that people constantly need like a dopamine to like distract themselves from everything basically. And I think that's why I'm so into like the creative stuff, like making songs, making videos and stuff. But it's a distraction. It's an escapism. You know what I mean? And people all have their own escapisms and stuff that they do to motivate themselves and to get away from the mundane of reality. But I think that's also the case. But then sometimes I do kind of look. It's like it's been a week and like what have I actually done? Yeah, I think this struggle is definitely still the case.
That's
something that's always
interesting.
in my head. Yeah, so that's kind of one of the big things.
So I know you're taking a week off this weekend, next week. Um, have you put stuff on your to-do list then that kind of, or have you been just leaving it completely empty so that you force yourself to take a break?
Well, I mean, we might be going to France, which I'm I'm not a bit like massive holiday person,
hmm
which is something else. Like,
Bloody hell, he's such a misery. He ain't going abroad. No, I do enjoy it now. I think it's always a bit of a hassle, like, but it's like the, the problem with holidays is that there's almost like there's sacrifices because unless you're going on holiday alone, which is also really boring, you're usually going with like people who have a range of stuff that they want to do, and everyone's going on holiday because they want it to be their holiday. So then you almost like, you know what I mean? Everyone tries to make it about them and their days off, and it's hard to comprehend, and that's why people argue all the time. That's what I used to hate about it. But you know what now? It is good to just escape Yatton every once in a while, isn't it?
I just find it super stressful a lot of the time. Like, there's so much happening, and it's like you're out of the comfort of your own home, and you're kind of doing all of that. But yeah, so I'm hopefully going to relax a bit and try and focus on something else and try and just deal with like the stress of that. 'Cause I don't want anything else
I definitely did not relax in the next 2 weeks after this. That's all I'm gonna say on that matter.
put on like top of it, of course.
Yeah, I know with for traveling, it's actually a lot of work to just do. What do you feel like is what is the first stresses you get when it comes to traveling?
Just like sorting stuff out, like packing and all that, and to, get into places, and it's long journeys we're going on, and
Yeah. And then
It's
when
like,
Okay, it's not long journeys, is it? Come on, Linguini's from America. He knows what a long journey is. They drive like 6, 7 hours across the country. 3.5 hours, and you've done our country.
you're
but
in
most
there.
of it is like once we're there, I just don't really enjoy it. I don't like theme parks and rides and stuff. And I do quite like the food. That's one of the things I do enjoy. But yeah, there's like loads of arguments and just like stuff that goes wrong. And I don't really like. I don't enjoy swimming either, which is really weird. I'm so ridiculous.
You're not weird. I'm completely with you on the swimming thing.
Yeah,
Finally, Linguini's made some common ground. It's only taken like 28 minutes.
I hate swimming. Like my sister, she swims. She's recently learned. They're like, you go do it. And I'm like,
Nah.
well, I mean, I will eventually. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Same thing with like ride a bike. I've ridden a bike like twice in my life. I can do it. It's just I don't enjoy riding a bike.
Yeah. It's not for everyone.
It's, which may seem like a bit stubborn. It's like, oh, he only does what he wants and he doesn't take other people's emotions into consideration. But but
Well, this is the thing I was literally just bringing back. Everyone makes their holiday about them.
another struggle maybe is like getting a bit too obsessed with the whole YouTube thing and kind of getting too into it. Because I'm checking my subscribers like 5 times a day. I'm always on Reddit trying to promote, and I need to like. That's why I'm taking these like 2 weeks as well to be super good to kind of go away from that. I'm not going to look at my subscribers once. Like, I need a break because I don't want to get burnt out. That's what happened kind of last time, and I did. If you look at my channel, I did content consistently throughout 2017 and like 2008.
No matter where this goes, it always comes back to YouTube. And I feel bad for Linguini, because this ain't a show about YouTube. But I guess it is kind of the crux. And I guess it is like kind of the interesting thing about me, which is why I'm here. So I don't know. I think this very much rings true actually. Because I it was so mad what I was doing. I couldn't do it again what I used to do, like literally film a video on Sunday, edit it on Sunday, and then Sunday night spend 4 hours like Reddit promoting it. Like I couldn't do that now. I don't do that now. Now I don't do videos every week. They kind of come in stages now, and I think there was a level of burnout, and I think that's why I changed the content in 2023 because it got stale me doing the same thing every week, and then now I've almost gone back and I found a new love for doing commentary again, and because it's more now on my terms instead of the commentary being forced and like, oh, I've got to come up with something to talk about every week. Now I could just do it when there's a topic that I actually feel like I want to talk about.
And then early 2019, I made a video called Off Hiatus, which was one of my most famous videos. It was just a video of me going on because it was so memes and stuff, and
Hmm.
going into 2020 and like I don't want to be burnt out again. And but there was a lot more going on in my life around 2019 to 2020. Like I was like things were changing and stuff, and everything was going on at once, so I had to like cut back. But now I'm in a better place, so I can do YouTube again.
Yeah, that's nice. I want to kind of expand. So you burnt out after 2017 to 2018.
Yeah, I started getting really upset. I felt that I was promoting fakeness because like it was probably one of the hardest times because I'd recently like moved house and stuff, and kind of it was it was a tough couple years, and I felt like on the camera I turned it on and I was like all this energetic person, and I felt like I was promoting someone who I wasn't, and I wasn't enjoying it anymore. I was not getting the views and subs, and it was so much effort I was putting in for nothing.
Hmm.
As now I've actually found ways to actually share my content and to get, if I get, like, for me, a success is 80 views on a video, or even like 80 to 200 views is kind of what I get.
80 to 200, I don't get that now. I say 50 V's is a successful detail. God, I don't know though. I don't really think I could talk about how I was promoting fake stuff with the old content. I'd say that the current content wasn't because that was arguably more fake. Like the 2017, 2018 videos, they weren't necessarily fake or like they weren't like they were more authentic than what I was doing in 2021 because 2021 I was intentionally playing a character or playing up to it. And I kind of had that same thing of like in 2022, some weeks I really didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to turn that camera on. start making something, but I felt I kind of had to because I just escape and get even worse if I didn't do that. So I think that almost the same thing I'm talking about here, I almost fell into the same trap.
My recent stuff, and massive success in my book
Yeah.
at the moment. My last kind of 3, 4 videos have all got 100 views, and like my biggest video has almost 2,000. I did a vlog. I went to Disneyland Paris, and I vlogged there because people kind of search for it. They just find my video and just watch it.
Yeah, so that obviously did good for the algorithm.
Yeah, but
Um,
the burnout was real, and I feel like I needed that break because I would have kind of kept going, and things could have got escalated to worse. But I thought I was done with YouTube going into like 2020. At least like later 2020, I thought I was done. I was like, there's no point in this anymore. But then one of my friends, he's a YouTuber too, called Bromo5606. He was like, Lewis, you've got to get back into YouTube. You can kind of do it. And he kind of pretty much forced me to get back into YouTube. But then I realized, oh, this is quite good. And I kind of tested the waters a bit. Then I made Confronting the Keely. My content really started to go back. I've come back to YouTube. Bloody hell.
yeah. During
At least I'm self-aware.
that break that you decided to, like, you're like, oh, I'm not even going to do YouTube anymore. What type of things were you doing in the meantime?
I don't know. I was just trying to cope and stuff. I was like getting bullied a lot more back then, and I didn't really have anybody. Like, of course, I have my close parents, but now I've got like a lot of people who are actually there for me, and that's very good.
Yeah. So you said that you
Right.
moved and that you started getting bullied around that time?
Well, yeah, 2017. So like April 2017 for 3 months before I started my channel, we moved to like kind of the countryside. We've been there 5 years now, so
Mhm.
that's very good. And like
Mate, that how many years now? 8, is it? No, it's almost 9, I think. No, it'd be 8 years, yeah.
but as I was not great those first 2 years, I might as well bring it up now, but I'm autistic. But
Mhm.
I don't really bring it up because it isn't relevant a lot of the times. But so I struggle a bit more with like change.
I didn't know I was going to bring that up. I was very open to this Linguini guy. He could have used all this against me. But he's a lovely man. Shout out to Linguini. Go subscribe to him. I don't know if he does videos anymore. I don't think he does. He hasn't uploaded in a while, but subscribe to him anyway.
And stuff and all of that. But I'm
Yeah.
kind of so it was very hard. I kind of started the YouTube, but didn't really have direction. And but now I kind of feel like I'm finally kind of in a good place, and my life, of course, could be better. No life is perfect, and but I'm in a very good place right now, which is very good.
Yeah. And it kind of goes back to
And
what you were saying with just improving every video, just improving every day of your quality of life.
yeah, absolutely. I want to be doing meaningful things. I want to get out. 2020, I was locked inside for 75% that year. I don't want that this year. I'm
Hmm.
trying to go out, have a meal. Watch a movie at the cinema. Hang out with friends and stuff. I want to be doing that more. But
Yeah.
I hate that fact of like I go to bed at like 10, 11 o'clock, and then I'm like, what have I done today? Like I walked my dog, I ate my tea. That was about it. Like, yeah, I watched like 10 YouTube videos, or I may have watched some TV, but it's not really meaningful unless it's like one of my to-do lists. So I'm going to binge this series, for example. But
Yeah. Do you feel like there's any ways that kind of make it easier for you to accept when you don't get a lot done? Like when you put on something on that to-do list and then you don't end up getting it done? Do you have any ways that kind of help you cope with that?
I've just got to kind of understand and be realistic with it, because some days we're going to have to like not really do anything. I'm still trying to get stuff done when I can, but some days I do like a bit of a rest, and some days I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to do anything today, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, most days I'm trying to do productive things.
Yeah, I get that. Um, is it okay
Yeah.
if we do expand on the autism or?
Oh yeah, so I was diagnosed, I think, like 7. Yeah, it affected me a lot more like back in the day. Right now, it doesn't really affect me that much. Of course,
That's the lie.
I'm not perfect, but yeah, I had like a lot of issues, but I've had so much help over the years with so many people. Like my mother has really like got the help I've needed, and if I didn't get that, I could have been a lot worse. So.
Hmm.
But yeah, so
Oh, what type of
and
help
that
do you have to go for?
oh, I've had like so many like therapists, and I've taken loads of different types of medication. I still take like medication to sleep and stuff, but yeah, but now I'm doing good, and I'm trying to help other people and stuff.
I'm glad to hear that. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
what about, so you mentioned that you've taken medications to help you sleep. What are your struggles with going to sleep?
Um, I just I just struggle sleeping. Like I just won't fall asleep about it till like 2, 3 a.m. And
Yeah, I think my brain's constantly working. I think it very rarely goes into like a state of like reality. I'm always thinking stuff. And you know what? The later on in the night it gets, the worse it all gets. Which is why I genuinely, if I didn't take melatonin, I'd be like a slog, I reckon.
I've just there's so much going on in my brain. My brain's always working, and my surname is Brain, so that's quite ironic.
Oh yeah,
That is the worst joke I think ever said in the history of podcasting. I'm actually offended at that joke. How bad it was.
a little bit.
Yeah, but they say people with the brain surname are actually lower in IQ, which is what my mother fears when she gets married.
Oh, you could see the
Yeah,
joke. God, it's still
so
terrible, mate.
yeah, Snape. Yeah, so I just don't sleep that well. I've got to say, really, like thoughts and stuff going on. But I try. I've got better. Like before, like I would literally be up all night, and I'd literally like have to go downstairs on the sofa while we would get like an hour's sleep. I'd fall asleep by like 4:30. I'd be up to 6, and it was a nightmare.
Oh, that is bad.
Yeah, and if I'm going to talk about one struggle I've had in the past, I have had issues with my ear. I'm actually half deaf in my right ear,
Oh,
which is
really?
yes, because
I love playing the half-death card. It's kind of one of those things where it's not that major of an issue to the point like it actively like, properly damages my life, but you can also use it and play it to your advantage because it is a slight thing, and that's what I like about it. And I've used the card for years, but all my mates are probably tired of me saying it because I've said it so many times about everything.
see, I had an operation when I was 8, 3 days before my 8th birthday, which was a bit. So I celebrated my birthday with a lovely earache, and I had a bone removed, which resulted in a loss of hearing. So I have a hearing aid and stuff, but I don't use it that much these days. My hearing's got better, which is
I've binned it off. Useless. Don't bother with hearing aids, man.
good, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it's
since
just a
the
random thing. And another interesting fact, I have 9 toenails. I had an ingrowing toenail last year, and I had a toenail removed, so that's lovely.
oh man, ow.
It wasn't that painful.
Linguini knows way too much. This man needs to be invested by the CIA or something like.
Actually, because they put me like my toe into anaesthetic, they just stabbed me in 4 corners and then took it off.
Must have felt nice to get that out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was painful, and it was still painful the next 6 weeks. But it's so good. Best decision I made, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, do you want to talk more about like the hearing thing, or
Yeah, let's hear more on that hearing. How it's maybe
yeah,
affected your life.
it's definitely affected because I still like I don't really get a lot of wax, but my wax kind of like builds up with these massive balls of just like awful gunk and stuff. So I do have to deal with my ears quite often.
Hmm.
So, but luckily
This is such a strange topic. Why are we talking about this?
my left ear's always been fine, and I learnt my lesson, because I had to have the operation because there was a lot of dirt in my ears, and because I didn't like wash my hands properly and didn't have great hygiene and stuff. So
Oh yeah.
I definitely learnt my lesson with my ears because honestly, that was probably the worst birthday of my life, my 8th birthday, because I celebrated it with an earache, and it was just it's horrible. Like,
Oh man, and that affected you a long time past that.
yeah, and I would get like earaches at night, and I couldn't sleep anyway, so having an
Yeah.
earache on top of that, it was mental. So
Do you feel like the hearing
yeah,
kind of has affected like your body language? Like do you lean with your left ear as you're trying to listen to people?
um, not really.
Okay.
A funny thing, right, is like there's this. thing that says like Lewis should always be in the front in every class, and then in like every school class apart from math, I'm at the back, which is just F.
Oh, that was hilarious. That was.
Teachers love to do that.
The thing is, right? I made a laugh out of this, but I didn't actually like want to be at the front or like care about that enough to like just voice it. But it's just another way to have a go at them, which is funny.
I don't know why.
Yeah, and the fact that like I need glasses as well. My glasses are broke currently, so I can barely see the ball, and the English teacher's writing stuff off, and I've got to like really look. Like, I can see it, but it requires more effort than normal. They just put me at the front.
Yeah. When did your glasses break?
Oh, I've got many ridiculous stories of glasses breaking. One time, right, I did PE, just put my glasses in my shoes, not going to need them. Didn't think about it, and then I think you can see what's coming. I put my foot in the shoe and I stepped on them. That's one of the glasses I broke.
Oof, that must have been an instant regret moment.
Oh my god, yeah. When I was like 5, I used to chew things a lot, so I just chewed like one of the blimmin' sides of glasses off. I do have a pair right now, but they're like too big for my face because they're like bent out a lot. So that's a
Yeah.
nightmare. So that does not help, but yeah. So one thing I do want to kind of like get into is like weight loss.
hmm
Because I make fun of my weight all of the time in my videos. Like,
Oh God. Yeah, this was kind of false advert. It's interesting because this was something that was a big part of like the next 5 years, really.
I'm fat and everyone does it, and I just care, but I eat ridiculous amounts.
hmm
I love myself with food, but I should be starting the gym soon, which is very good. I can start, and I do need to cut down, but I do struggle with that.
Yeah. So you plan on going to the gym soon?
Yeah, which that should be after like the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go today, but plans changed last minute. So yeah. So I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, ready to go to the gym, and then didn't even go.
Oh man.
That
I don't remember that. Bloody hell, 5:30.
sucked. Absolutely.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, it's like I've been trying to work towards, but
How do you
some
how do you feel like your weight maybe has defined you in a sense?
oh yeah, like it's. I know that no one like really means it, but it is hard when you hear those comments, and I probably put on more weight than I wanted to, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But they're like my main struggles at the moment. Like, of course, there's all of like the basic life, like getting a job, starting a family and all that, and just like getting on with school and doing well and all like the basic goals. But they're like my main struggle, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, so are you starting school again pretty soon? Or are you?
Right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. You know what? That it wasn't that bad as this. Like, you find that a lot of the struggles in this were quite vague. So like, I kind of would pinpoint some of them that still kind of ring true. Like, also like, the autism stuff was obviously true. Like the weight stuff that came back, like the motivation stuff. Like a lot of it, a lot of it is still remained. I don't remember what's in the last 20 minutes, but I do remember one thing, which I'm quite excited about for part 3. So yeah, I'll see you.